I just don't know whether it's actually gonna go anywhere, that's my concern.
So I'm kind of sorry that well, now I'm not sorry. We don't have a drought now, but there was some real issues with regard to people who, when we were in the drought, and we had some meetings between some of the board members with some of the people here, some pretty large scale meetings. Matter of fact, the health administrator from the county was at one of the meetings, and there was some real concern. And a lot of these were senior citizens who were afraid that they were going to be without water, and they were afraid also about the water contaminants that were in the water, since we were at such a low stage in the lake. So I'm not sorry that we have water now, but I'm sorry that you couldn't have asked those questions a year ago or 2 years ago, because they were definitely there. The other thing I wanted to ask is, you said you're gonna, how were you gonna ask these questions? How were you gonna put those questions out there? You were gonna put them out through the...
There's a link survey. What is it?
There's a link survey on here, is that what the...
Yeah, so we're using a protected website through the university that people can log into. So their data will be stored on campus in my locked office on a password protected
Is that the only way that they're going to have?
So,
Because there's a lot of people here that do not use...
Internet? Yeah, we figured. So next to the email address that we listed, we're also going to list our lab phone number, so people can call or send us a little blurb. And we will send them the paper version of the survey with stamps for the return.
And we are also on that list too, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
My comments just kind of tie into what Dan said there. You know, it's unfortunate that you're really about a year and a half too late, because I think you're going to find that the input by the consumers is completely different than what you would have found a year and a half or 2 years ago. I guess just for my own edification, do you feel that now that we have a water supply, will that have a large impact on what your goal is at the end of this survey? Will you be able to use the data? We have water now, as opposed to we don't. Is it still going to suit your needs?
Most definitely, yeah. We're just interested in how water supply can affect people's health and well-being. So when there's a lot of water, a lot like we have right now, yeah, that's definitely important to know. And as it fluctuates, as we're going to have like a hot summer, see if people's perceptions change, their opinions, and to see if there's any other changes in their levels of stress.
So yours is not necessarily geared towards drought.
No.
It's geared towards, we have an abundance of water, how do you feel today?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fluctuations in water supply.
Okay.
So a surplus of water and then also drought.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And my other question is not really pertinent to this, so I'll ask you personally this question.
Okay.
It's just for my own, another one for my own thing.
Yeah,
So thank you very
concerns,
much.
questions, comments, anything, I'm happy to take
You know,
them.
one of the things I feel to do was to give the community an opportunity to give you comments
Yeah.
beforehand.
That
So
would be great.
before we go any further, I apologize. So if the community has any comments on what the proposal is here, please address them.
How do we get in touch with you?
So on the back of the water bill, there's going to be an email address and our phone number and even a visiting address. So you can always call us or you can stop by.
The reason I ask is because I was originally information with MERCED at the request of Ldpcsd. And it took quite a while. It was quite interesting. And I'm glad it's in MERCED instead of in here, because one of our property owners here wanted to put the, you see, in Don Pedro, he offered even to California 2,000 acres free of charge. And the reason he didn't go for it, there's no businesses here, there's no services.
Any other public comment?
I'll get the telephone number from you.
Yeah, same here. You'll get plenty of information
Sounds good.
about stress. Misuse of water districts.
I know you want to know the behaviors. What happened? How did you feel? Will you ask? Have you even prepared any potential questions at this point in time? Because I'm curious to say, okay, can you reflect back on when your community was having meetings to say you might not have water? Will you ask those type of questions, and how did you feel? And knowing this community has already been conveyed that, you know, a lot of people may or may not use the internet. Would it be acceptable to have those questionnaires here where they can pick them up with a packet here, and somehow, some way, you know that they're verified, it's, you know, validity? Because we tried doing a customer sat survey, and we got very few responses from people. We even passed it out at different meetings and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
what would be a successful sample to you?
Well, so a few things. I think that when people hear about a survey that could potentially benefit them, right? They get excited about it, and then I'll do this after I do this quick chore or whatever, finish up my work, and then people are busy. They get busy and they don't get around to it. I think that just having a small like incentive, like, oh, if I do this, I can get $5, will definitely increase response rates. In the past, it's been helpful. And
What would be a successful quantitative sample for you?
as many as possible.
I know,
Everyone.
but to make the information valuable, where you can write a report or study, how many would you be looking to obtain?
I mean, the more the better,
I
but
fully
if
agree.
we can get between 40 and 60 people who fill in the questionnaire once or twice, that's already a really good start.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Are you doing this elsewhere?
Not yet, so
But you will be, there's gonna be a bigger
we hope
just
so. Yeah.
base than just on paper.
Yeah, so this is sort of our starting point, and getting to know the community better and attending meetings like this to better understand how this works, to work with larger community samples, but we are planning to go broader. Yeah.
Here they'd be geezers.
Okay, all right.
This is the biggest audience we've had in months, isn't it? That's huge.
Emery, after the dialogue, any other comments or questions? Russ? Dan?
No.
Jim?
I guess the only thing that, and this question is gonna be for the staff and for you, will there be, if they print this information on our bill, will there be an additional cost for the district?
There is not enough room on our bill because our bills are postcard, but that we would maybe look at doing something like Danny was talking about, maybe flyers, or if you guys wanted to mail things out, I don't know all the rules as far as giving out their addresses and things, that may be an issue, but that's for you and Pete to discuss, work out the best way to do it. I just don't think, there's only a small place that I could print on the bills.
Right.
It would maybe include the email address, but it would have no explanation of why that's on their bill.
Well, I'm
So
linking to
that's
our
a-
website and then putting it on our website.
That would be-
So we would do that, as we would likely do, because they do have funding for it, to be able to do a mailer. We could include a newsletter summarizing some of the things that we've got going on, you know, the drought, the start and the middle and the finish of the drought, and what we got done, and you know, part of that being introducing the survey and getting that going.
What about combining it with some of the grant? We have communication with the public about the grant and water efficiency stuff.
Yeah.
Can't we combine that and do a common
Yeah.
mailing?
Yeah, that was the reason we had, I don't know, 2 power hours of discussion. We brainstormed about a lot of that. Yeah, that was the reason we had, I don't know, 2 power hours of discussion. We brainstormed about a lot of that. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity and a logical partnership on this, because it's a common goal. It's getting information out to the public and getting information back from the public. So yeah, we could, that was, and we are getting more responses now on the survey. They're trickling in a few a day, all of a sudden. But that was the intent, was to get more validity to our survey, at the same time expand it to meet their research needs.
Maybe some of our concern is we've got 2 really hard-working people over there. And one's a part-timer, And we don't wanna overwork them, but.
Definitely not, yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
so-
here for, so,
Yeah.
yeah. I can take care of everything and then send it to Mr. Campa.
So, in a nutshell, there's no additional costs that'll be incurred to the district for taking this on. And really, they're absorbing any costs.
Just time.
Time is really the thing. And
I mean, there might be times when somebody might be in the office talking to Leslie about something and mention it, what's this, and she might have to look on her board and have a sticky note with an answer on who to contact and hand that out.
Yeah, just some more information, yeah, we'd be happy to.
But it would be more of a, the benefit of the partnership and moving forward with that outweighs that level of effort. I don't see us getting a lot of separate phone calls or emails or anything about it.
My last question is, prior to this survey, if we say, yes, let's move forward with this partnership, will this board also have an opportunity to review the materials prior to them going out and saying we're comfortable or uncomfortable? How is that partnership work? Or are we just saying, go do your thing?
We'd be happy to share the survey before we send it out and get comments on it, yeah. So what we did is we combined several already validated questions to sort of merge it into a larger survey, but we'd be happy to take any comments you might have.
Thank you. No more questions or comments?
we'll make a motion.
Jim made a motion to approve as written.
And I'll second.
Dan second. All in favor?
Aye.
Henry? One opposed,
4-1.
4-1.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. We'll look forward to working with you.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. Drive carefully.
Thank
At least you don't have to do the detour.
Yeah.
Moving on, item 4B, report regarding the status of emergency groundwater well projects, and completion status, grant funding and expenses